Welcome to our episode ke-9 kita di Founders Diary webinar. Hari ini kita ada dua speaker, dua-duanya solid di B2B. Satunya adalah Pak Sindarta Gemilang, co-founder of Syncro, dan Surya Halim, dari co-founder of Delmana.io. So next, Ardi, saudara kembar saya yang akan memberikan pertanyaannya. Ardi dan saya ini kita founder Prasetya, kita mulai Prasetya 2008 dan sejak itu kita mulai ada investasi ke startup juga pada 2013. Oke, Ardi.
Oke, selamat sore semuanya. Selamat sore Pak Sindarta dan Surya.
Sorry.
Okay, the second question will be, how do you market your product in the environment where enterprises or businesses are retrenching? Let's start with Surya first.
Right. Of course, in these current conditions, everything is different. Mulai dari biasanya kan kalau ada workflow and a cycle, kadang-kadang kalau misalnya tanda tangan, if there's an MOU or NDA have to be done in physically, harus ketemu, harus itu. Cuman with the new normal, I think it's common. I think we find it very common that a lot of people are cold calling each other. It's becoming a new normal. Like because of this pandemic happens, we see that the digitalization is somehow like we are maybe 5 years or 10 years ahead. Tiba-tiba everyone who's very conservative tiba-tiba nggak mau ketemu, kalau mau ketemu maybe harus swab test dulu before meeting the person. So it's a hassle, right? But we see this as a good thing that it's common now for us to see a lot of cold calls, emails, and also bahkan orang-orang yang maybe applying to our company also cold calling, maybe introduced by another people atau mungkin through LinkedIn they cold calls. So yeah, I think in this current environment, the marketing it's very common if we wanted to reach out another company through emails or maybe introductory emails from the other people. So it's actually a good thing, and I encourage a lot of companies that maybe are doing the similar B2B practices to not be shy and opens up and also maybe try to reach out to the other leads. And offer the product maybe to virtually, because no harm in order to doing so, and it's much more effective. We think it's much more effective compared to without the new normal in a way. And also publications, we think that publication as marketing as well as attending, because nowadays there's a lot of webinars. We attend a lot of webinars as well as being speaking in a webinars as well is also a good way to market the product as well. So yeah, that's our point of view in this marketing in this current COVID situation for the B2B industries.
So are you saying that this new normal is easier for you to get more customers?
I think it's not easier, but it's much more available because everyone it's normal now for us to maybe talk to anyone through maybe LinkedIn or maybe another social media platform. If we see, I got a friend that maybe we can connect to each other. It's more common things to do now with emails and etc. Say we wanted to have several leads from another companies, right? Maybe I can ask someone who already done a project there to introduce me virtually to him, and then it becomes more faster because we do not have to deal with Jakarta traffic. We do not have to deal with everything that's happening. We used to have, and because we are technology provider, we can always screen share our product, and in order for the clients to understand more onto the sales. So it's not easier, but it's much more like the sales cycle is much faster now. The sales cycle is much faster, and it's easier to talk with the leads in these manners.
Okay, I think that happens with me, with our company as well. Yeah. Yeah. Pak Siddhartha?
I think we already.
Thank you, Surya.
Tadi udah touch topik juga Surya tadi very highlighting a good point bahwa webinar, I think teleconferencing itu udah jadi satu hal yang kayaknya kewajiban karena not only we want to learn where the industry is going, kita juga belajar mengenai insights dari orang-orang yang offering their own products. Jadi webinar is one thing. Kedua adalah business community, di mana mereka juga aktif untuk cari topik baru, how to get out from the slump. Dan ketiga, obviously referrals dari orang-orang yang mungkin udah punya pengalaman atau punya informasi yang mereka butuh. Jadi sebetulnya itu ada efisiensi juga. I think Surya already mentioned it, bahwa ada efisiensi juga with lack of traffic, kita nggak perlu lagi buang-buang waktu di jalanan, tapi akhirnya jadi back-to-back meeting di Zoom yang sampai overloading, sampai malam, which is good thing dibanding kita nganggur. Terus yang paling penting sekarang adalah establish your identity as the company yang support the business. Jadi kita mesti humble enough to understand, nggak semua orang ngerti apa yang kita lakukan. Kita harus make sure kita bisa delivering value for them. Nobody cares whether you can do this, do that, tapi can you create revenues for us? Can you reduce the complexity? Can you do this? Something yang dear to their heart. I think that's the simple thing yang kita mau dapetin dari mereka untuk mereka bisa engage sama kita. Unfortunately, nggak semua orang bisa kita reach out karena limitasi daripada orang-orang, nggak semua orang itu online. Jadi we have to make it do what we have. Obviously, gabung dengan organisasi baru atau community baru itu helps. Gitu. Jadi we have to be able to become water gitu ya, bahwa kita harus cari jalan yang bisa buka jalan kita. Meskipun butuh waktu, tapi kita harus coba jalan seperti ini. Kalau enggak, kita akan stuck with the same circle gitu. Kira-kira seperti itu.
Oke, tapi kan kalau misalnya tadi kita lihatnya sales cycle ya, maybe it's easier. Kalau misalnya kita perlu POC kan,
POC
perlu installation.
Fortunately for Syncro karena kita memang bisa remote, jadi POC will not be a big problem unless kalau kita lihat sistemnya kompleks. Jadi kalau kayak seperti Halodoc, basically they can just install it themselves, nggak butuh kita. Unless kalau ada problem technical yang mereka bisa kita bantuin, jadi kita akan tinjau ke remotely, ada apa sih, lihat lognya gitu. Jadi kita memang build Syncro itu supaya nggak kompleks. Cuman environment klien kita nggak semuanya gampang, kira-kira gitu.
Kalau dalaman gimana? Misalnya perlu POC?
Again, I wanted to highlight my previous point. In this community and in this situation, I think customer is king. Kalau misalnya their data is very confidential and they request us to go there, I think it would be wise to go there. Soalnya we wanted to, again, I wanted to highlight Pak Siddhartha's point. We are helping the customer, right? We do not wanted to make their problem bigger. So I think we have to still serve the customer, and we even though it's COVID situation, we will have to remotely working there, and also I wanted to highlight as well, even though PSBB is not it has been loosened up, we still think that the disease is not over. So I think it's we have to make sure that every employees that we deployed on our customer basis as well to follow the safety protocol in order to avoid the diseases.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Surya, and thank you, Pak Siddhartha. Okay, next question from Arya.
Kalau boleh tahu, sekarang ini cuma side question ya. Sekarang para employees-nya itu work from home atau udah balik ke office?
Kalau kita, at least for Syncro, kita minta mereka sebisa mungkin kerja from home. Karena the crisis is not over, dan kita memang Syncro bisa dilakukan remote. Jadi, kalau memang bisa dilakukan di rumah, kenapa harus ke tengah kota? Karena the risking of having your team get infected is much higher, dan we cannot replace them. Jadi kita ketemu di office itu lebih kepada posisi untuk ya tanda tangan and so on, invoice dan sebagainya, tapi sebisa mungkin the new normal ini, di mana work from home becoming a habit, everybody seems to enjoy it gitu. Jadi kita berusaha work from home. As a matter of fact, I think kayaknya kita banyak dengar juga dari teman-teman kita, mereka juga hampir workforce-nya itu paling cuma maksimum seminggu 2 kali. Jadi kita, I think it's going to stay. Ya.
Kalau saya gimana? Delman?
Okay, so I want to share a bit about Delman ya. Previously kita sekarang sebenarnya lagi expanding the team. Of course, during this COVID situation, it's also one of the struggles that we encounter now. Soalnya kan susah kan untuk hire orang kalau nggak ketemu langsung gitu. Cuman we see this as a very serious matter. In fact, kita udah mulai working from home, I think around when the first cases happens in Indonesia. I think that's around January or February-ish. Itu kita udah mulai working from home. And until now, we are still working from home while monitoring the cases seriously. Cuman, again, in these cases, sales people, of course, nggak bisa work from home karena mereka harus, kalau misalnya saya harus ketemu klien, these people and also business people mungkin harus assess the client side. But we are limiting people who are doing this gitu. Jadinya in Delman itself kita semuanya workingnya separately. Ada yang di Bandung, ada beberapa orang yang di Surabaya. Because technology can be delivered everywhere kan. Cuman again, I think it's not possible for sales people and also maybe PM and biz dev ya. Soalnya mereka harus working closely with the clients. But then we are limiting their exposure lah. Soalnya kan kita mau protect kita punya employee juga gitu dari this pandemic situations.
Of course, yeah. Okay, so next question ini, can you elaborate on the challenges you face in the first few months of building the company? How long did it take for you to get your first early customer?